Hi, I am Chelsea Peterson. I am the owner of Cache Valley Counseling, and I am the therapist who does these crazy intensive weekends. And I want to answer any questions you may have about that, because there's a lot of questions that go into like, is this right for us? Would this be a good fit for us? Do we have time and the means to be able to do this? And what if we do this and it doesn't work? That's an absolutely valid concern. So I want to maybe take care of some of those concerns for you and talk about what you can expect from the weekend. So typically it's done on a Friday and Saturday. We typically start at 10 and we typically end at 5 with an hour lunch break somewhere in the middle there, typically around 1. And we then spend time together in the morning sort of addressing goals, addressing what you hope to get out of the weekend and what you're really hoping for. Some couples really have a specific problem that they want to get solved. Some couples have a big question of whether or not we should stay together, or we're thinking of leaving, we're thinking of separating. And so those goals are kind of discussed in the beginning part of the sessions together. And then from there, I typically spend about 45 minutes to an hour with each partner, and then we'll break for lunch. And then we come back together and we really do some learning together and really assessing your relationship over the course of however long it's been happening, and currently what's happening, kind of the bigger problems that you're struggling with. And we start to dive into those in the second half. And then you break and have the evening to yourselves, whether you stay at a hotel close by, whether you go home, it doesn't matter, but those are kind of options that people have done in the past, and they spend the time together, and then the next morning they come back and we dive a little deeper into what those goals and dreams are and for your relationship. And we process through any blocks, like things that, fears that I'm worried about, things that we haven't really gotten to through the first day. We then start doing that in the second day. So it's 12 hours of therapy, and it really is about 12 weeks of therapy squished into 2 days. I find that most couples who have a hard time committing to weekly therapy for 12 weeks, it really is incredibly beneficial, and they get an amazing result out of coming and being able to really figure out, okay, this is what I really need from this, and this is what my partner needs, and this is what we really need to work on together moving forward. Follow-up is always helpful, so just going to one of these isn't going to be like, okay, we're done with therapy forever. But it could be that we really learn what we need to work on specifically, and then we have weekly, maybe even bi-weekly, maybe even once a month sort of follow-up sessions. The follow-up kind of looks a little different for every couple, and depending on where you are in your relationship. A past client or a past couple that have done this are now on kind of like a weekly or monthly thing, and they sort of check in with me monthly and sort of figure out, okay, are we still on track? How did we get off track? Where are we going? How are we staying on track? Other couples have decided to continue with weekly therapy and are currently seeing another therapist at the office so that they are they get that need met. And so again, it can go any direction, and that's something that we can discuss and talk about with you together as a couple. Those are some questions that I often get, and kind of the process and what it looks like, and it is intense. It's a lot it's 12 weeks crammed into two days, and so really taking care of yourself, making sure that you have either a place for the kids to stay, or giving yourself some space in getting a hotel room, taking care of yourself, making sure that you're really just letting yourself absorb all the great things that go on in intensive is really important. So those are some suggestions. Those are some things that have happened with couples in the past. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out and let us know if an intensive might be right for you. I look forward to hearing from you soon.